Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuvanmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. First of all, I offer my namaskar to my Guru, who enlightened my heart with the torchlight of knowledge and brought me out of the darkness of ignorance. And very happy to be with all of you YOGASTHA students. I saw your website and I was thrilled to see in IIT Mumbai such a wonderful initiative has been taken by all of you. It's very, very important to keep your body, mind and soul healthy, holistic health. I saw the breathing exercises that you all have been doing and yogasanas you have been doing. It's a beautiful initiative, and that too at such a young age. You have really responsibly taken up this YOGASTHA activities, which is sending out a very good signal for other youngsters in IIT also. Actually, it requires some amount of sense of responsibility for one to take out time for such good activities like yoga. People take out time for so many joining clubs where they may do many activities to gain accomplishments, but what you are all doing is also a very, very vital activity. Then you will have a balanced mind and body with which you can accomplish very great goals in life. So, I'll be showing you a PowerPoint today. I have 4 lessons and let us say as much as I can cover. And in between, if anybody has any questions, you are free to ask me. If anything you feel what I said is needing a clarification, okay? So, I can share my PowerPoint? Yeah. So, I first went through all the different points that you all had supplied. These are the points I found. YOGASTHA students' expectations, many bullet points were sent to me. I have divided them in this way. One was about exploring knowledge about the nature of mind and how do we really, is it by hearing lectures we'll be able to modify our behavior, mind and everything. The other one was about quite a bit of questions about mental emotions and anxieties. How do we handle them, expertly? How we shouldn't become controlled by the environment or the people around us, but how can we get, charge of our own life in our hands rather than become victimized by people around, and also how to have a positive mindset and how to get...
Excuse me, Radheshyam ji.
Yeah?
Just a question. Can we record the session?
Oh, you can. Sure, yeah, you can.
All right. Thank you.
And how to gain focus and concentration. And finally, plenty of questions came on techniques on how can we make our mind a friend. So I just summarized all these points from all of your
Recording
inputs.
in progress.
From all of your inputs, I have put them all here together in one page. So now I'll show you a PowerPoint. The PowerPoint is very self-explanatory. It will be easy for you to appreciate. And you're all IIT students, so I think I can go a little fast. You will catch very fast, I believe. So the first one is about self-awareness in daily life. What is self-awareness? You can look at this picture. You see the left side fellow and right side fellow. Left side fellow seems to be very stressed, isn't it? Right side fellow is very cheerful. And these kind of situations do happen in people's lives. So we all can ask a question to ourselves. What kind of person am I? What do people talk about me? If you ask these questions, that means you are doing self-awareness. You are taking a look at yourself. So let us consider your life like a book with 100 chapters. Each chapter you have 365 pages. So now many of you may be 17 or 18 years old. That means 18 chapters are over in your life book. And then you have another good news for you is 82 chapters are blank pages. You can fill it up. So how do we fill up this life book? If you see, every day is one page. From morning to night, we fill up these pages with the way we speak, the way we behave with others, the way we think, thought, word and deed, by which we are filling up the pages. Children generally write very legibly in the beginning of the book and then they start writing very shabbily. Similarly, when we were small children, our behavior was in one way. As we grow, oftentimes we get spoiled. So therefore, how to write the life book very legibly so that we get happiness ourselves and we give happiness to others also. That will be learned today in our course of our thing. You look at the picture here. In child raising, there can be argument between mother and father, or if somebody has a tendency to force one's opinion on others, it's very painful for others. Similarly, when partners are unhappy, they have to live in the same house day after day, month after month, they have to see each other. It's very painful. As you see in the picture here, the man is being pulled between his mother and wife. So he's in perplexities. So I am presenting some situations to you here. These are not unknown situations. They are well known to you. Similarly, we find in this world, we are very friendly with somebody and then we get separated at other times. Our mind goes through ups and downs. And we sometimes wonder how to pacify somebody who is upset with us. Because sometimes you see our tongue doesn't have any bones, but the tongue can speak something which can break our bones sometimes. Because people speak some vulgar words and get beaten up. Similarly, somebody can upset a partner by saying something. So what do we do in such situations? I've shown examples here from Mahabharata. You can see Dhritarashtra was so attached to making his son the king, due to which so much damages happened to Kuru dynasty, one after another. So attachments and aversions, which are stored in the mind, is seen to be one of the prominent causes of all our problems. Here you see in Ramayana, our mantra came and twisted the mind of our Kaikeyi. And Kaikeyi became attached to making her son the king. And she had to do all kind of drama to convince the king Dasharatha. And then due to that attachment, so many damages happened subsequently. You will see that. So, till now I have been talking about Book of Life. Look at these two pictures. On the left side, you find a very poor family, but the children seem to be very satisfied with their mother, and mother is smiling happily. They're poor family, but on the right side, you have a rich family, but they're not happy because their mind is disturbed. So, if mind is disturbed, no matter how much wealth I have, no matter how much facilities I have, they won't make me happy. So, therefore, we go to the root of the problem. Thomas Huxley says that there's a third thing in the universe, which is consciousness, which he sees to be neither matter nor force. So, where does the consciousness come from? As you see here, we have three selves: bodily self, which you see in the mirror, and then the mind is a self inside, and the soul, which is the real you. So each of this is called by the same name, Atma. Body is also called Atma. Subtle body is also called Atma, and the soul is also called Atma. But we have to know that these three selves, what is the difference between these three? The first and second, I told you, body and mind, they are ever changing. And the body actually withers away as we get old and when the body dies. The body is constantly changing phenomenon, made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, and all those five elements, Panchamahabhut. And the mind, manas we call it, that is a subtle body. So just like we have inner wear and outer wear, like that the soul has two wares. Inner wear is a Sukshma Sharir, subtle body. Outer wear is the gross body, Sthula Sharir. So why am I telling about this? This is very vital for our discussion, which we will be subsequently coming up now with. Because the soul, at the time of death, when he leaves the body, comes out, he carries the manas with him. And the gross body is lying down. And the manas is the one which stores all our purva anubhav, previous experiences. It stores all our desires, likes, dislikes, our fears of the future, worries of the past, all our emotions, and our thrills. Everything is stored in the mind. So if you compare our body to a computer, the gross body can be compared to the body of the computer. The mind can be compared to the softwares stored in the computer. And the soul is the operator of the computer. So you can compare the mind to, say, microprocessing device. And you can compare the hands and legs and everything to servo motors. So whatever I program in my mind, accordingly my servo motors will move accordingly. For example, if I develop a anger towards somebody and I'm developing anger in my mind, then I will shout at the person, I will raise the hand, or I may slap him, or I may kick him. So this is a response to the anger stored in my software program of the mind. Huh? Or in case I develop gratitude to somebody, I may fold my palms and say, thank you very much, so kind of you. You see, whatever way programs are written in the mind, the bodily senses respond accordingly. So therefore, the mind is a very, very vital thing. But the mind is also material. Body is also material, mind is also material. But the soul is not material. Soul is antimatter. It is spiritual. So there is a lot more knowledge about the soul, which is beyond the scope of the session today. But to put it very precisely, this much we need to know: the gross body, subtle body, and soul. Here, if you see gross body, I told you, subtle body is man, buddhi, ahankar is called antakaran. And the soul is Sachidananda, Swarupam. Like you see, the soul comes out of the body, and we are not the body or the mind. We are actually the soul. Simply knowing this can save us from a lot of problems. Mind is simply a dress over the soul. Body is also just a dress over the soul, that's all. Krishna gives this example in Bhagavad Gita. Just as we change our dress every day. Today we are wearing one dress, tomorrow we change it to another. Similarly, the gross bodies change. Bodies are like vehicles. Like when we were very small kids, we had a tricycle. When we went to school, we had a bicycle. When you go to college, you have a bike. When you go to company, you have a car. Vehicles are changing, person is same. Similarly, the soul is changing the bodily vehicle. That's all. So the body is of secondary importance. Just like, for example, your shirt, which you put on a hanger, that is of secondary importance. But you are more important than the shirt which you wear. See, your shirt can get torn sometimes. That is not much painful for you. But the body, imagine if some iron or some iron nail or something, tears your skin and you bleed, that is more serious for you, isn't it? So out of the body and dress, body is more important. Similarly, out of the material body and the soul is very important. And the soul stores the plans that he wants to do in the mind. So we all are moving from one point to another, one body to another. And why this is very essential to know. We should have a smaller picture of life and a larger picture of life. Both are very important. What is smaller picture of life? In this life, you all are engineers from IIT. Somebody may be doctor, somebody may be chartered accountant, and you have a family and you have some responsibility. This is a smaller picture of life. What is the larger picture of life? You are not the body, you are the soul. You are going from one body to another, second, third, fourth, fifth body. Sometimes human body, sometimes animal body, sometimes plant's body. We are changing bodies. And why is God putting us through these different bodies? Is it happening without any rhyme or reason? Somebody may ask. No, it is not purposeless. It has a purpose. Just like if you take a marble block, a sculptor like Michelangelo or somebody may chisel out unwanted portion and bring out a beautiful murti out of it, isn't it? Similarly, God wants to bring out a beautiful personality out of you. Actually, you are a beautiful personality already, but you are covered by the mind, which has got many impure, unwanted, acquired, bad qualities. And God wants to remove that. So mind actually precipitates out gross body, birth after birth after birth. So God is giving us more opportunities, birth after birth, to gradually cleanse the mind and come to a point where the mind is 100% pure. Then in that stage, our original personality comes out. And then we go back to the original plane from where we have come. We get liberated from the subtle body also, mind also. So now, just like rainwater is pure, when it touches the ground, it becomes muddy. But you can put it in a desalination plant and again purify it. That's what we are doing. The soul is pure, but when the covering of mind came over the soul, the mind carries all impurities and problems, which you all had written in your expectations, many, many problems. So today we will see how to eliminate, how to debug the viruses in our mind, how to cleanse them so that we will be relieved from the pangs of the mind. That is one of our concerns also. Yeah. Here you see, innate qualities are shown by the yellow band. And the red band shows acquired unwanted quality. Like I told you, pure water is like yellow, the yellow band. And when it touches the ground, it becomes muddy, that is red. So we don't want that red band, we want to remove it. Then we come back to our original position. So for example, you see, in this I took it for some of the industries, and therefore I have given an industrial example. But for students, you could also think of other examples. For example, can two of you read it? One of you read the yellow one, other one should read the red one. So the one who is reading yellow one should read softly. One who is reading the red one should read very like sort of strongly. For example, God works through many by giving them creative thoughts. The other fellow should say, my opinion is best. Like that you should say, okay? So these are two different attitudes. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody would like to try? Yeah.
I am open to God's suggestions from my team. I consider I am one of them.
Yeah, red one.
I am easily irritated. I am the boss. Just do what I say.
Correct. These are two different attitudes. You see, first fellow is open to suggestions from his team members, whereas other fellow is irritated by any suggestions. He doesn't want any suggestions. He says, "I know best. You guys just do what I'm telling you." That's his attitude. Yeah, more serious problem. Yeah, third one. Yeah, please read it.
I am grateful and appreciate of others' ideas. It makes my life easy and brings direction for team.
See, he's a good soul. He's thinking that every member of the team is like a child of God. God can work through everybody. Let me take ideas from everybody, and he's very simple-hearted. See this person, what he says. Yeah.
I consider others giving opinion as insubordination, and I badmouth about them.
Oh, that's a serious problem. As soon as a subordinate gives any ideas, you say, shut up. That's what Karna told Shalya. When Shalya gave one idea, Karna said, hey, you are my charioteer. You are giving me idea. Shut up your mouth. I know what to do, he said. So Shalya got down and walked out of the battlefield. You see, he thought it's egoistic on the part of Karna, he thought. Similarly, sometimes a team leader doesn't want to listen anything from the subordinates. So this is a more grave problem. Initially, he had his own opinion, as you saw here. My opinion is best. Secondly, he got irritated when somebody gave opinion. Thirdly, he badmouths about them. So the problem gets more. These are the acquired bad qualities. You understand? Some more I have shown here. Another. Please go ahead.
I am not an all-knowing God. Let me hear from my friends too.
We should be open-minded. See, our mind is like a parachute. Parachute functions better when it is open or closed. Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah. Parachute functions better when it's open. So we have to have open mind. Open mind means, I'm not all-knowing. I'm a God to be all-knowing. Let me also listen to others. That's a good mindset. See here what this fellow says. Yeah. Go ahead.
I know it all. Don't tell me.
Yes. Go ahead. Yeah.
I am one of the members of this team and I will work together to bring success in attaining team.
Yeah. He considers him one of the members of the team. Yeah.
I just can't do team playing.
Yeah.
I will tolerate my ego even if my original idea is rejected and is substituted by another better idea of my team member.
It requires great nobility, you have to think like this. See, it's not a question of my idea or your idea. We want to go for the best idea. It could be mine, it could be yours, or it could be a combination of both of our ideas. It could be totally a out-of-box thinking idea also. So he's open for everything. He just wants the team to succeed. See this fellow, what he says.
I quit the team.
That's a very serious one. So now I believe you understand. I showed the team example, but you can also think of other habits also. Yeah. So here is a self-test for all of you. You can check what type of personality makeup you have. See, there are 3 gunas explained in the Gita, and this is very, very valuable. It will help you to know your personality index, what type of personal makeup you have, your psychophysical nature. And based on this, if you want to modify some of your traits, if you modify, it will greatly help you in every walk of life, at home and at office and in your relation with God, in all the 3. So you see here, a person is in Sattva Guna, goodness. He is very friendly, cheerful, encouraging. This person is in Rajoguna, passion. He is yelling at the subordinate. Okay, let me ask you, in case you are in the position of this boss, the second boss, who is yelling at subordinate, what would you do with such an incompetent subordinate? What would you do? Will you keep yelling every day like this? What would you alternatively do? Yeah, I show the picture. Yeah.
fire them?
What we could do is we could teach the subordinate so that he or she can perform better.
Correct. We can train the subordinate. In case the person is untrained and foolish, you train the subordinate. If the subordinate is trainable. Okay, that's one idea. Any other idea? Anyone else?
I would appreciate his work.
Okay. Instead of,
Whatever he is doing.
instead of yelling at him, you will appreciate his work. Very good. Okay, anyone else? What else you will
Give
do?
them a task which they can do easily and improve on that.
Yeah, you are right. I was looking for that. Brilliant answer. You see, Einstein said the same. Einstein said, don't expect the fish to climb the tree and don't expect the monkey to swim in the water. He said, it would be utterly foolish to give them such a work, he said. Similarly, this fellow may not be fitting job which is given to him. He could be probably moved to another department where he may fare better in some other talent. We should identify that. Oh, thank you. And the third one is tamaguna. If you see ignorance, a person is depressed seeing the results. So, if you see tamaguna or ignorance, we call it. Nidra, alasya, pramad. 3 words Lord Krishna uses. These people are too drowsy, they are very lazy, and they are mad. Why they are mad? They put liquor into the mouth, liquor, smoking, cigarette, drugs, everything they take. So see the kind of qualities they have here. Like oversleep, laziness, they're insecure, they always compare with others, and they have no thinking. They don't think and act, they don't think at all. And they even get suicidal thoughts sometimes, comparing themselves with others. They're bewildered, depressed, hopeless, fearful, and all that. And they have a tendency, because they have alasya, laziness, they have a tendency to postpone. They are always indecisive. They're confused and bewildered. They may sometimes cry. If you see the pictures, you get an idea. See, on the left top, you find this depressed fellow. And the left bottom, you find due to depression, he's taking all kinds of intoxicants and all. Mad. And in the top, you find top right is indecisive and confused and bewildered. And here below, right below, you see, he is panicky. He cannot handle the situation. In this way, of course, we can show more pictures like dull and lazy also we can show. So the example is given of a fox. The fox actually is a nocturnal animal. It doesn't take an initiative. It just, if a tiger has left behind some meat or something, it will just eat the bits and pieces. He will never take initiative. Similarly, some students just copy the assignment from somebody else. They don't take initiative, isn't it? So that's also counted in tamoguna, or a mode of ignorance. Nidra, alasya, pramad, 3 words. Okay, rajoguna, you see, sangha and trishna, 2 words are used. Here these people are proud, they're greedy, lusty, you see. They are actually eager to see glamour and show glamour. They want to impress the opposite sex. They like cutthroat competition. They think, but they only do partial thinking. Why? They hop and jump. If there are 100 channels, in 5 minutes they will jump to 50 channels. They cannot stick to one thing because they always want to see something better. They make snap decisions hastily. Now you look at the pictures here. In the top left, you find that fellow wants to run ahead of everybody else. He doesn't want to take the whole team with him. He wants to grab the whole credit himself. Below, you find all people are working in a team. This fellow is taking his head away, you see. That means he doesn't like to work in a team. He wants to say that I'm above the team. That is his mode. He doesn't want to serve the team. He wants to boss over the team. On the top right, you find the boss is yelling at the subordinate, because sometimes the bosses are very great perfectionists. They look for perfection, too much perfection. Then they can't empower anybody. And below it shows envious and malicious, bottom you see. So you get an idea, isn't it? The example is of lion. Lion is an individual player. Ants are team players. Yeah. Okay, here you see Sattvaguna, Sukham and Jnanam. So there Rajoguna was 2 things, Sangha and Trishna. Sangha means attachment. Attachment for honor, prestige, status and all that. And Trishna means thirst for position, post and beating others down, competition and all that. Here it is Sukham and Jnanam. The person in Sattvaguna is happy and he is wise, knowledgeable. They have qualities like this: cleanliness, regulation, simplicity, thoughtfulness. They think well before acting. They are noble, saintly, creative, all these things. They are disciplined in habits. Actually, in Sattvaguna, you can be very steady. If you make a plan, you can execute it. It will happen. You can also be forgiving. If somebody commits a mistake, you take it lightly, you forgive them and give them one more chance to improve themselves. You are compassionate. You have a very calm and clear mindset, calm, clear, creative thinking. So, and they are friendly in general with people. They are submissive. So, Sukham and Jnanam. Okay, now here is a story. I wrote this poem illustrating the story. It will be a question. I will be asking a question to you after this poem. A capsule tired of a long distance walk kept his basket aside and slept off under the shade of a banyan tree that was full with a group of mischievous monkeys. After a while, he got up from his sleep and found his basket was totally empty. The monkeys had picked up each one a cap and wearing on the head soon climbed up the tree. Now you understood the story, isn't it? They all wore one cap and went up the tree. Now you have to tell me now, if this Vyapari, this businessman was in ignorance, what he would have done? If he was in Tamoguna, what he would have done? Anybody would like to try?
Yeah, if that businessman would have thrown a stone towards the monkeys.
Oh,
in
he
the
won't
hope
throw a
that
stone. In Tamoguna, a person actually is Nidra Alasya Pramad, no? He is oversleepy and he is drowsy, he is panicky, he is not confident, he is indecisive and confused and bewildered, correct, no? That is Tamoguna. He won't throw a stone. He would get up, he would see that all the caps are gone, he would loudly cry, and he will take the empty basket home and tell the wife, my business is doomed now. Now, COVID has started, so my business is doomed. Some people say like that. Actually, some people use the COVID to double their business also. Those were smart people. So this fellow, that's what he would do. He would cry. He would be panicky when he saw the monkeys taking away. Okay. Anybody else want to say about the Rajoguna passion? Somebody was in passion. What do you think this fellow would do if he was in passion?
I would like to say that.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
So passion is something which requires a limit also. Sometimes passion becomes negative.
You are right.
So in Rajoguna, he would become very angry on monkeys.
Correct.
And he will not be able to control them, and ultimately he will not be able to do anything.
Correct. So, like one of the boys said before you, he will throw stones. That is in passion, actually. Either he may take a stick and beat the monkeys, or he will throw the stones and all the monkeys will jump to the other trees and go far, far away. You won't get. Thank you. That was Shreya. That was perfect answer. Thank you. Now, in Sattva Guna, who would like to answer for Sattva? In mode of goodness.
I think the man will think smartly.
Yes,
he will
Satyam, how will he manage smartly? Tell me.
He'll take his cap and throw it on the ground, and the monkey will imitate him, and all the monkey will also throw the cap in the ground, and this way he will collect his cap.
That's correct, Satyam. So, Satyam, can you say why did he throw the cap into the basket? Can you say?
Because he knows the monkey loves to imitate whatever the person does. So he thinks
exactly. That is the point. Because the man was a thinking man. He was not a crying man. He was not a passionate man. He was a thinking man. He thought, oh, I have to get back all the caps from the monkeys. What I should do with the monkeys? What is the nature of monkeys? He thought. The nature of monkeys is whatever I do, it will copy. So understanding that, he took his cap and put in the basket. So they also put. All of you students, tomorrow you become an entrepreneur and you are going to start a business, for example. You should be able to think about your clients. What is the expectation of my client? And what are his expectations? What is my expectation? We should be able to put it on the table and go for a win-win situation. That requires thinking, not going for snap decision. Snap decision means I think about my profit today. I held with the customer and the customer is gone forever. He will never come to me again. If I want to have a long enduring customer, I should think about his welfare, my welfare, both, and go for a win-win. Thank you, Satyam. That was a brilliant answer. So you all got it now, these three gunas. Yeah. Now I am going to ask you 10 examples which are questions to you. You should tell me in which guna they are in. Okay? Any of you can tell me. Never setting goals or setting goals and not sticking to them. What guna it is?
Tamoguna.
Correct. Tamaguna. Well done. Yeah. Moving around and socializing too much to feel security.
Tamoguna.
Okay, it looks like Rajoguna, but it is Tamoguna. I'll tell you why. Because he is socializing for the sake of security. One wants to feel security because one feels that unless I have some people around me, I will be considered as an unimportant person or a useless person. So let me have some people around me. Therefore, it is tamoguna. Third one, low level of concentration, getting easily distracted by trivial things. Yes? Is it tamoguna? Sure?
Tamaguna.
Yeah?
Yes, I think so.
What did Nityapriya say? Yeah?
It will be Rajoguna.
I think it's Tamaguna too, sir.
Actually, this is Rajoguna. Why it is Rajoguna, I'll tell you. Rajoguna person is distracted very easily. Because he thinks, will this give me success or will that give me success? He doesn't have concentration in one thing at a time. If you're in Sattoguna, you can do one thing at a time with full concentration, like a magnifying glass focused at a focal point and burning a paper or cotton. You can have that type of concentration in Sattva. But in Rajoguna, we are distracted because we think that this is good, but that is better. And that seems to be even better. Like that, we keep on hopping and jumping between one activity and another without sticking. For example, I am writing an article. Suddenly, a pop-up comes in my computer. Then I want to open the mail and see. Then I leave this and go to the mail. And while replying mail, I realize, oh, that article is to be submitted today. Then I hop and jump back and forth. He's not fixed in one thing. That is Rajoguna. Okay, next one. Doing more than one thing at a time and accepting unrealistic deadlines. Anybody can say?
Rajoguna.
Rajoguna. Correct, it's Rajoguna. Unrealistic means he always wants to grab the credit and be a very famous person, big person. So he goes for unrealistic deadlines. Yeah. Getting involved in everything to gain credit and popularity.
Rajoguna.
Correct. Rajoguna, correct. Indecisive and postponing decisions.
Rajoguna.
Tamoguna, because Tamoguna people are indecisive. They're confused, bewildered, they can't make decisions. And they have a habit of being lazy. They keep on postponing. Like they generally in the beginning of the semester, some students, what they think? Oh, this is just the beginning. This is time to play. And then second month, third month, the teacher goes in IIT. When the teacher is teaching, intelligent students note down every small thing because the teacher only sets the paper. So if one doesn't hear the class well, they can't perform well, isn't it? Whereas people who have a postponing habit, they don't go back to the hostel and study the books properly. And at the end of the semester, they will be panicky in the 11th hour. Therefore, indecisive and postponing is Tamoguna. Next one, thinking, no one else can manage my work if I am absent.
Rajoguna.
Rajoguna, correct. Feeling difficulty to work with highly accomplished and smart leaders.
Rajoguna.
Actually, it can be Rajoguna. It can be
Or Tamas
Tamoguna
also.
also. It could be either of the two. See, if it is Rajoguna means Rajoguna leader is an independent player. He can't work in a team. Therefore, it is Rajoguna. Tamoguna means I may be afraid that in my team, this fellow is so intelligent. If I give him importance, tomorrow I will be sidelined. That fear may be there. That is Tamoguna. Yeah. And forgetting things or badly organized, unclean desk.
Tamoguna.
Tamoguna. Tamoguna means cluttered, inorderly, bad organization, no planning, confusion, postponing and all that. Yeah. Forgetting. Looking for too much perfection in job leading to micromanagement. Rajoguna. Correct, it's Rajoguna. So you all saw these 10 situations I have given you. See what heading I have written in the top. Somebody can read the heading? The question heading?
Find out which mode these time wasters item belong to.
These are called time wasters. If all of your students want to save your time, then you have to be very watchful that these kind of items you avoid yourself. Rajoguna, Tamoguna items. Today, it's beyond the scope of this class to talk about time management. But another occasion, if I meet you all, I will talk on time management. Because the time we waste our time because of this Rajoguna, Tamoguna activities. Third and fourth quadrant are Tamoguna activities, Rajoguna, Tamoguna activities. If you know about the quadrant 1 and 2, quadrant 1 and 2 are best. Urgent, important, not urgent, important. They are the best quadrants. One should work on those two. Other two quadrants you have to cancel. They are Rajoguna, Tamoguna quadrants. Useless. Here you see, if you want to be a leader tomorrow, you have to have a balance of Sattva and Rajas. Rajas means aggressive. Sattva means noble. But if you combine the two, you get assertive. We should not be aggressive. We should not be passive. We should be assertive. You should not be bold alone. You should not be sensitive alone. You should have a combination of boldness and sensitivity, politeness and firmness, courage and considerate. Then you are a leader. Therefore, we call Raja Rishi. Raja is in Rajoguna. Rishi is in Sattva-guna. So, Chanakya, for example, is supposed to be in Sattva-guna, and Chandragupta Maurya is in Rajoguna. So, Chandragupta and Chanakya combination is very powerful. Similarly, Ashoka and Buddha, for example, Shivaji Maharaj and Samartha Ram Das. If you combine one saintly person along with one passionate leader, the combination will come out very well. Then that leader will, just like your professor was telling in the beginning, very intelligent point he made. He was telling a flood can do no good. Flood can actually carry away the cattle, destroy the houses, kill people and all that. But if you put a dam, one side bank of the river, another bank and third bank. So this is your mother, this is your father, this is a God. So mother and father are parents, and then there is teachers, there is God. If you put some restriction to our flood-like passion, then these people can create a dam in us, which means we can conserve our energy and we can use it for irrigation purposes, the dam water very fruitfully. Otherwise, the flood will do no good. So in the same manner, Rajoguna is very powerful like flood, but Sattva-guna will temper it and moderate it in such a way that Sattva-guna's intervention can make the dam type of situation. I believe you understand that point. Yeah. So, okay, some of you may have a question. If I have Rajoguna, Tamoguna scripts in my mind like what we see here, so how do we clean it up? And how do we increase our Sattva prominence? Because Rajas seems to be, not rewarding if it is not combined with Sattva. Then how do we modify our behavior? So here you see, where are we getting our scripts from? If you see on the left side, see this fellow is experiencing a dog barking, is afraid. So he thinks dogs are bad. That's how he got the impression. Similarly, the social roles and norms, and like watching movies and advertisements, and then observing father smoking cigarettes, the son also learns. In this way, upbringing by parents. On the right side, you are seeing the books that we read, movies that we watch, and the music that we hear, friendships that we keep. All these things are supplying inputs to our mind, and gradually our personality is formed with all these different things. This is where you are getting the acquired qualities from. So acquired qualities, which I showed you before, some of the bad qualities, we acquired from all this association. How you are brought up by your parents, grandparents, teachers, your friends, and the movies you watched, books you read, all inputs that you are given to your mind. Like you see the hand here, Shrotram, Chakshus, Parshanam, Rasanam, Granam, Evacha, Adhishtaya, Manashchayam, Vishayan, Upasevate. These are 5 senses: eyes, nose, tongue, skin, and ears. And this is the mind. Mind is the central personality, and all the senses are giving inputs to the mind. And thus your mind carries impressions from your experiences and the inputs you are given. So if you are given good inputs, then good will come out. Good in, good out. Garbage in, garbage out. So if I am facing problems today, that means I have given some unwanted inputs to myself, which is actually haunting in my mind. Then you may have a question, is it possible to remove them? Yes, there is a way to remove them. We will talk about it. See here, these are all Sattva boosters. How do you boost the Sattva? A, B, C, D, E. Very simple formula. A for association of saintly people, whose heart is flooded with love, compassion and devotion to God, all these things. B for books, which are wisdom literature. All these books like Ramayana, Mahabharata and all these books, they carry a lot of lessons. The scriptures carry not only some knowledge to go back to God, but they also teach us how to live in this world also. And C for chanting, I will tell more about it in the future slide. D for diet, ahara, what type of ahara you eat. For example, those who are meat eaters, the animal is a product of violence and fear. Like when you are going to cut a goat or something, the goat is afraid. It's trying to run away from you. And then when you are anyway going to kill it, it shows the teeth. You can see that. So this is the problem. The adrenaline secretes profusely in the body of a animal being slaughtered. And then when we eat that animal product, then we also get adrenaline in our system. Adrenaline is actually an unfavorable hormone which blocks the blood vessels and increases the blood pressure. It is a very unhealthy hormone which causes stress. So we become a product of violence and fear. Violence means fight. and fear means flight. So we also have fight-flight tendency. We sometimes fight with people. Sometimes we fear people. That kind of tendency. But the sattvic ahara is very pure. Ahara shuddha sattva shuddhi. It purifies the mind. It purifies the speech. It purifies our behavior. It brings us to sattva. And environment means you need a good ambience, where you have good culture, good, like temple is a place where there is spiritual ambience. We go and chant, we take part in bhajans, kirtans, we hear some good words of wisdom. Then we come back, then we can meditate on what we heard. So here, this is Dr. Herbert Benson. He talks about 4 things, he says: a quiet environment, a comfortable posture, repetition of a prayer, and a passive attitude free from thoughts. If you can combine these 4, he says, it is most healthy meditation, he says. So, these are the 4 things he says. During meditation, he says the metabolism of the body slows markedly. Heart and breathing rates are all reduced, he says. So, there is a research, I have this PDF book with me, Dr. Brian Wolf. I can send it across if you wish to see it. He has done research on the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. There is also a Harvard University research also is available. How the students who are having inferiority complex, like here it is mentioned here, they think I am worthless and all that. This is all dissolved by chanting. One develops great confidence and great courage. And that self-esteem has seen to be boosted. They have done experiments. Yeah. So what is the mantra? Man means the mind. Ra means that which delivers. So this chant, which I do personally, it's very helpful. There are many mantras. In fact, Christians chant Hail Mary. Muslims chant Namaz. They also have a mala. Christians also have a mala. You have Buddhists chanting Namo Abhida Butsu. They also chant. Sikhs also chant Vahe Guru. So whatever chant you are comfortable with, you chant, and we chant this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Just do 108 times in a day, and you do this for a week. If you don't get benefit, you leave it. You try for a week, 108 times, that's all. It takes you 10 minutes only. Any time of the day, you will immensely benefit. Because this type of Mahamantra repetition, the scriptures say that they cleanse the unwanted elements in the mind. Like especially 3 things: lust, anger, and greed. They are all in passion. Lust, anger, and greed. So they cleanse it and they bring out the angel out of us. And they can actually destroy the animal within us. Yeah. Like here you see, in the Harvard research also, this is what they found. You see the yellow zone, that's where we want to be. That is Sattva Guna. Relaxed, alert zone. But if you go to Tamaguna, it is black zone. Below 8, it is drowsiness. Below 3, you go to deep sleep. Similarly, above 13, it is Rajoguna, active zone. Above 18, it is hyperactive zone. In Japan, those who went to 21 or 22, they got a Koroshi disease and died in the shop floor itself in Japan. They found due to too much hyperactivity, too much uncontrollable mind. So we don't want to go to too much hyperactivity of the mind, and we don't want to go into drowsy zone. We want to be in the middle so that we can be brisk all day. Yeah. So here you can see how Srila Prabhupada, who started the ISKCON society, he went to the West and made the hippies into happies. He actually gave this mantra. Many unwanted drives of, to drink and smoke and drugs, all these things can be easily thrown away by this chant. It's a proven method. So many regular chanters have shared their experiences. Many great, across the globe, there are thousands of lakhs of people chanting. So that was about the first part, self-awareness. Now I'm going to give you some very easy, practical application tips now. How to modify 3 things. You can remember BAT, B-A-T. How to change your behavior, your attitude, and your thinking. Very simple tips. This PowerPoint is full of simple, practical tips. You just have to make an effort to apply. That's all. Take initiative to do that. See, when you talk about self-management, it involves these 5 things. If you are expert in these 5 things, your life would be very, very successful. How you communicate with people, how you manage your time. Learning agility means adaptability. Like you can adapt with different types of people, different types of situations. And you will be able to, which means that you can be keeping yourself at the, with the presence of mind to modify your thinking as per the need of time. That's called learning agility. And goal setting skills also should be there, because we don't know the goal, we will get nowhere. And then decision making. See, this is goal setting. I'm not going to speak on this. I'm just telling you 5 things. Goal setting, time management skill, learning agility, and communication skill, how you listen, how you are friendly, how you are open-minded, how you receive feedback, how you are confident yourself, and non-verbal communication, all these things. So this is expert communication and the decision making. So these things are self-management. And here are some situations in our lives we might have faced. Somebody is opposing my opinion. Somebody is breaking the promise given. Somebody did not treat me fairly. They cheated me. Somebody is not at all bothering about me to respect me, or they're ignoring me, neglecting me. Or somebody didn't fulfill my expectations. So these problems we all face in our lives. But how do you respond to this? That's the question. You see, you can respond reactively, like you see in the top. He's yelling. That fellow is yelling uncontrollably. Whereas here, this person is thinking and acting. So now you all have to tell me, the top person, what response is that? Is it Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamaguna response? It is either Tamaguna or Rajoguna response, top one. And the bottom one?
Sattva-guna.
That is Sattva. Sattva means think and speak. And Rajoguna means think partially and make a snap decision. And Tamaguna means no thinking, no action. Tamaguna is no thinking, no action. Rajoguna means partial thinking and snap action. And Sattva-guna means thinking well, deeply, and then making a appropriate action. Like that, yeah. Like here you see how the reactive people speak. If only I had a boss who wasn't such a dictator, I would have done better. If I could have more time to myself. See, these people are irresponsible people. They blame the boss, they blame the time, they blame the team members, and they say, I am a good person, others are bad. So this is useless actually. It is not going to empower us if we deal with things like this. On the contrary, see below. I can be more diligent to create and be creative to meet with the needs of my boss. I will try to please my boss next time by being a little more creative. And I can also plan my time, how I spend my time. And I can be a little more patient and respectful to my team members. Like that, one can think like that. Means, here, see, the person's mentality is what here. He is thinking that if a change has to come, that should start with me. Like Gandhi said, you be the change, what you want to see in others. You be the change, he said. And that is proactive behavior.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Yeah. For example, if I agree to change, it is in my hands. But if I want to change somebody, that is not in my hands. That's going to take a lot of time. It's better that I change. Like you heard the story of 2 goats came in a bridge. One goat said urgent. Other goat said super urgent. Then both of them fought like this. And both of them fell into the river. Another story says both goats came. Urgent, super urgent. So one of the goats agreed to sit. Other goat walked over him, and then he went this way and he went this. Both of them could do their work. So here is an example of how, according to Desh, Kala, Patra, time, place, circumstance, we may have to sometimes bend ourselves. Some of you may ask question, why should we bend? Why can't the other person bend? Let me ask you a question. Say a truck is coming in the road and the road is completely empty. You are the only one driving a bike. But the truck driver seems to be a drunken fellow. Like that he is driving, coming. So will you get off the road to the side and allow that fellow to go? Or you will go in the middle of the road and say, why are you drunk and driving? You better stop your lorry. Will you say like that? Yeah, what will you do? Very obvious, isn't it?
We'll go aside.
Yeah, we will go to the side. Isn't it? That's our intelligence, isn't it? Therefore, if you want to bring about a change, better we bring the change rather than expecting others. Okay. See these fellows, how they say, one of you read the left side, another one read the right side. Okay, read it.
So there is nothing I can do. That's just the way I am. He makes me so mad.
No.
They won't
Only,
allow that.
one at a time. Only one line.
Okay.
There is nothing I can do, he says. For that, the equivalent on that side is?
Yeah.
Let's look at the alternative.
Yeah.
That's just the way I am.
Yeah.
I can choose a different approach.
Yeah. And then?
He makes me so mad.
I control my own feelings.
They won't allow that.
I can create an effective presentation.
I can't.
I choose. I prefer.
Yeah, you understood that? You can see the difference in tone. Huh? See the person on the right side, he's very, very positive approach. We have to actually get habituated. How we'll habituate, I'll tell you now. I'm coming to that point now. See, the same thing, I have given an activity format here. If somebody says there is nothing I can do, what is the answer here? Any of you can tell me? A, B, C, or C, you have to say. For the first one, there is nothing I can do. Is answer A, B, or C?
A.
Yeah,
A.
you are right. That's A. Second one, that's just the way I am. Which is the answer? To A, B, C, or A, B, or C?
B.
B. Correct. Yeah. He makes me so mad. Which is the answer? A, B, C?
A. A.
Yeah, A. They won't allow that.
C.
C.
Yeah, C. Yeah. See, other A and B may be true, but that is useless to talk about A and B because we are not empowering ourselves. We are weakening ourselves. And I can't explain to them.
C.
Yes?
B.
C. B.
B, B. Yeah, correct. I must do this work even if sky falls to ground. C. Correct.
C.
I prefer to do this for my own future good, though it's a bit taxing my time and energy. So those of you, if you understood this, what I am saying, then proactivity principle you have understood. This is what we should try in Sattva. Now I am going to show you a very beautiful solution part here. How to change our behavior, thinking and attitude. See, for changing our thinking, two things only we have to do. One is do self-awareness. Go outside your point and look at yourself, what kind of person you are. You see here he's saying, what do my team members feel about me? How can I do things differently? What is right conduct? What is wrong conduct? Let me not blurt out emotionally, angrily. Let me act based on values that will bring greater good, not my own feelings. See, what is the meaning of value and feelings? For example, if I yell at one of my team members, tomorrow I may lose a very important member of the team. He may be a very high contributor, but because I went by my feelings and emotions, I lost a good team member. He may leave my team and go to some other team. Therefore, value means what? Oh, I want a relationship with this team members. Let me deal with them respectfully. So you think before speaking. That means you give importance to value, not just feelings. Some of you had asked that question in your expectation. How do we handle our emotions? So we should not put our feelings first. We have to put the values first. Now he has understood. See, he has made the summary now. Somebody can read the summary attached to my opinion. What are the three things he has summarized? By self-observation. Read it.
I feel I don't listen to others' opinions. I get upset to hear other perspectives. In next meet, let me speak less and listen more.
Yeah, see, wonderful, no? But it's a little painful for us to jot down such points. But dear friends, if you really want to improve in life, we should not fear to observe our own deficiencies. And we should be willing to learn from others with an open mindset. And this is the first thing we should do to change our thinking. Observe yourself from a point outside of your body. Watch. Because you are not the mind, you are the soul. But the mind has got impurities. So you observe your mind, which is superfluous to you, and modify the mind. By how one is a self-awareness. Second one is positive outlook. See, what is he thinking positively? He is saying that even the great leader Lord Rama heard the opinion of all the monkeys before accepting Vibhishan. So let me listen to the opinions of my team members, he's saying. Whereas this fellow is saying, I just can't stand people spending long hours in meetings. I'll just push and get the things done my way. So this is a very negative attitude. His thinking is no good. This will not succeed in the long run. So similarly, if you send two people to your garden, and ask them, what did you see in the garden? One will say, oh, garden is full of fragrant roses. So nice. Another person will come back and say, oh, garden is full of thorny bushes. Now, who is right? Both are right, but one is observing the rose, one is observing the thorny bush. So, in case I have a default option in my mind to see the thorny bushes, what do I do? Very simple. Just start your day from the morning giving 5 compliments to people as a principle. Like you tell someone, oh, you performed so well in that examination. Very good. I appreciate you. Oh, you did so well in the sports. You brought a good name to our college. Tell 5 people 5 compliments, and gradually this mindset will change very easily. Now, that was the thinking. The second thing is attitude. See, only one thing you have to do to change attitude. I know it all syndrome, if it is there. Opposite of that is right attitude is take responsibility. I can listen to others' ideas. Enable team playing, we all need each other. I quit the team, I will tolerate and watch. So we have to take responsibility. Like, for example, what is your attitude? Do you say this, I am what I am? That means we are not ready to change. We should be willing for a change. For example, what's your attitude towards learning? No matter what age, how busy, are you in a learning mode always? Or are you in a satisfied mode? You say that, enough, I just pass for the exams, write my exams and just pass, that's all. So we should be in learning mode. And what is your mindset at work? 2 things we should have a mindset at work. One is we should always keep improving our current performance, and we should stick out our neck out of window for new opportunities. Similarly, what's your attitude towards change? If something is changed, your syllabus is changed, or your subject is changed, what you should do? And are you unpleasant or unprepared? Or are you willing to accept the things as they come in life? Because life throws a lot of changes around us, especially we are living in a society like that now. Be prepared for change. So that means take responsibility, that's all. That our attitude can be changed, that's all. And behavior is changed by 3 things. You should know what is right. Like, see the picture also. He is showing right and wrong. We should know the difference. By studying Shastras like Bhagavad Gita, easily one can know what is right, what is not right. Second is choose the right. Third is do the right. That's all. Do the right means discipline yourself. For example, say you came to know that sleep between night 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock is very important, because a lot of chemical secretions happen in our body. So you should sleep before 10. But many students sleep at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It's not very healthy. If you have come to know, so you know what is right. Sleeping at 10 o'clock is best. And choose the right. Today onwards, I will try to sleep at 10 instead of 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock. And discipline the practice means, I may not be suddenly able to do that. So gradually I'll bring the discipline. If I'm sleeping at 2, for 1 month, I'll sleep at 1 o'clock. Next month, I'll sleep at 12. Like that, I'll gradually bring it to 10. So in this way, we can discipline our habits and behavior also. Like here he is thinking, I will avoid insulting speech, and I will speak politely, and I will watch my speech, and I will give 3 compliments daily to people. This is a discipline. So 3 things I have told you till now. In summary, you can change your thinking by 2 things. Self-observation and being positive. You can change your attitude by only 1 thing. Take responsibility. You can change your behavior by doing 3 things which you know. This is what is right, choose the right, and do the right. Disciplining. Behavior actually means how you deal with other people, how you speak, how you deal, how you do things. So these 3 things are modifiable habits, because you already know the gunas. 3 gunas you have learnt well. So here are 3 more clues for you. Set milestones. Why I am telling you milestone? If you are sleeping at 2 o'clock, suddenly you cannot sleep at 10. It will be difficult for you. So set milestones. 1st month, 2nd month, 3rd month, 4th month. Gradually you come to the right standard. Similarly, connect with experts, which means those people who sleep on time early. Make friendship with them, so that you also cultivate the good habit. Similarly, be a part of the community. Actually, 2nd one, 3rd one, how are they different? 2nd one is the expert, who is a genius in that particular field. The 3rd one talks about members who are also having similar passion like you on the same field, what they are trying to improve. So practical tips for empowering our mind. This is a very important section, because I told you about today, if you see BAT, behavior, attitude and thinking. I gave you tips for transforming it. Then I also told about the 3 gunas also. Rajoguna, Tamoguna, Sattoguna. How we should think and act and not make snap decisions in Rajoguna. Or no thinking, no action is useless. Then prior to that, I told you about the 3 types of self. Body, mind and soul. And soul is the real you. Body and mind are simply coverings. So now let us know more about the mind. See, Chanakya says this, 8 things every student should give up. Chanakya says. He says, Kamam Krodam Lobam Cha Swadu Shringara Kautuke Atinidra Atiseve Cha Vidyarthi Hyashtam Varjayet. He says, I have given an English meaning of this. Kamam is saying, craving for carnal pleasures, which is lust. He says, actually there is a time for everything. There is a time for your man and woman to come together and get married. But before that, in college days, if a student becomes lusty and chases after opposite sex, then he loses the academics. And second one is kamam krodam, is anger. One loses temper, sometimes slaps his friend and he loses friendship. Very dangerous it is. We have to restrain our anger. And then thirdly, he says greed. Greed means unhealthy comparison with other students, how they are scoring. So one can have healthy comparison. Healthy means those who are scoring better than you, take some guidance from them. Those who are inferior to you, help them. That is healthy comparison. Unhealthy means somebody is better than me, pull him down. That we should not do. And fourthly, svadu means for gratifying the tongue, people go 50 kilometers distance to some hotel. They lose time. And kautuke means going to beauty parlor for beautifying oneself. One loses a lot of time. Nowadays there is a beauty parlor for men also. Then kautuke means going and standing in the road and commenting about people who are going, coming, wasting time in that. And then atinidra is a famous one, sleeping too much. And then he is saying, atiseve means watching TV 6 hours every day. Sometimes people play all night, volleyball or basketball, like that 8 hours they play whole night. That means excessively doing these things, entertainments is not good. See, Chanakya is giving precisely, all of his students, if you pay some attention to these 8 items, I am sure you will immensely benefit and you can be a good Vidyarthi, he says. Yeah. Now here are some practical tips for controlling the mind. In the body, speech and mind, 3 things. If you see the body, our body should be used for worship of the teachers, our parents, mentors, Supreme Lord. We should bow down to them with the body. And we should keep the body clean by bathing. And we should be keeping our life pretty simple in terms of the speech, in terms of our keeping simple dressing and everything. And then no sex outside marriage or no sex before marriage. So sex should be within marriage. And then non-violence. All this is for the body. And for the speech, anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyaya vyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate. He is saying, anudvegakaram vakyam, practice not to speak in hurting ways to anybody, unnecessarily in passion. He says, anudvegakaram vakyam satyam, speak the truth. Hitam, speak beneficially. Swadhyaya vyasanam chaiva, study wisdom literature and then speak meaningfully. And then he's saying in this way, speak in a pleasing way, priyam. That which will touch the hearts of others. In this way, he is giving a clue on how we should speak. So, if you control our body by doing those activities, control our speech by doing this, and how do we control our mind? The same is elaborated in the next slide I will show you. First one, we should cultivate satisfaction. You see, if we have unhealthy comparison, in this world, our heart will be burning always. Like for example, you are eating in your plate. Your friends are eating in their plate. Should you look at their plate or our plate? We should eat as much as we need. We don't have to see how much others are eating. Because that they have to digest, this I have to digest. So don't compare with others. Comparison, one of the 3 cancers. We said comparison, competition and criticism. There are 3 cancers in our mind, it is said. So unhealthy comparison is very bad. So we should practice gratitude for what God has given, what parents have given. So we should be grateful for what we have and use those things which we have well, rather than be greedy for what we don't have. So by diverting our mind to like Ramayana, Mahabharata and Gita, Bhagavata, Mandala, I told you, the advantage is what? They teach us characters of people. Even great kings have led a very simple life. So we should have satisfaction. Actually, satisfied people are happy people. Grateful people are happy people. So if you want to be really happy, think about how God has given you 2 eyes, 2 ears, hands, legs, everything proper. Be grateful. There are people who are blind, people who are deaf, people who are lame. So we should be grateful for what we have received. You all are receiving very good education in a premier institute, first class institute. So you can be grateful and satisfied. Second one, silence. Talk fitly or keep silent. Pythagoras said that. We should avoid rumor mongering, back-talking, gossiping, and instead we should speak words of wisdom and speak pure words. That means, we should control the speech, what we are speaking. It's not wrong to speak. Like I am speaking now, I should speak something that will benefit others rather than rumor mongering, backbiting. Actually, everything starts with what I'll tell you. Things start with useless talk. And useless talk leads to arguments. Arguments leads to debate. Debate leads to fault finding. Fault finding leads to blasphemy. This is the order in which it goes. Therefore, we should cut the root of the problem, useless talk. Useless talk is about talking ill of others. It's not good. You can glorify others as much as you wish, but we should not talk ill of others behind their back. It's improper. And also, sometimes we argue, Ayurveda is better or allopathy is better. We spend 5 hours arguing foolishly. India is better or America is better. There are people who argue. So don't get into useless debates, useless talk, arguments, debates, and fault-finding, blasphemy should avoid. Thirdly, simplicity. Avoid frivolous speech and behavior. Lead a simple life. For example, if we save money, we can give for Go Seva. Instead of extravagantly spending money going to a shopping mall and purchasing useless items, we can keep our life simple. We can save the money of parents also. Parents are sending money for our education, everything. So let us keep our life simple instead of wasting money in gaudy, useless items. Fourthly, self-control. Detachment from illicit sex. Illicit sex is very simple. No sex before marriage, no sex outside marriage. And one should treat all women as mother except one's own wife. That's what Chanakya teaches. Civilized life means Matravat paradareshu paradravyeshu loshtravat atmavat sarva bhuteshu yapashati sa panditaha. 3 things he says, civilized person. If you are a civilized person, first thing he says, paradareshu, other men's wives, you should see them as a mother. Secondly, he says, don't put your hand in others' pocket, he says. Don't empty their pocket by taking them to canteen. Then thirdly, he says, you treat others as you want to be treated. If you want to be treated with respect, give respect to others. If you want to be treated with affection, treat others with affection, like that he says. And also, self-control is easily achieved by this match formula. You see, MATCH. We should practice mercy, austerity, truthfulness, cleanliness, chanting. I'll tell you what it is. Mercy means killing animals and birds unnecessarily for our taste buds. That is not mercy. We can eat vegetarian foods and we should not unnecessarily harm our own brothers and sisters, because all living beings are having soul in their body, isn't it? They are all souls. They are all like our brothers and sisters. And only the bodies are like dresses, different dress they are wearing. One is wearing squirrel dress, one is wearing goat dress, one is wearing chicken dress, one is wearing human dress, like that. So have mercy on them. Austerity means restraining ourselves and not indulging in things which are harmful for our system. Like we should not put liquor inside, or cigarette inside, drugs inside. Although many people are doing it, to reduce the tension. It doesn't reduce tension actually. It gives artificial elation and brings a person to negative. Again, they take more cigarettes. Again, they go up and come down. That's how they become a chain smoker or alcoholic. So one should avoid them by performing austerity. Austerity means voluntary acceptance of restraint. It's called austerity. And then truthfulness. That means don't speak lies. If you speak different lies to different people, tomorrow you may not know what you told whom. When they come to you, you have to ask them, which lie I told you yesterday. It'll be a problem. So always speak truthfully. And cleanliness, I already told you. And fifth is holy name. Chanting, as I told you, Hare Krishna. So these 5 principles, if you follow, self-control will come very easily. And last one is sanctification. These are called 5 S's for calming the raging mind. See the heading. How to calm the raging mind. If you do these 5 things, mind will easily become calm. Purification of one's existence. Treat others as you wish to be treated. See every woman as a mother. Don't exploit the wealth of others. See, sanctification means what? I can't pinch my neighbor and expect that I can be peaceful. No. If I pinch and keep quiet, he will also pinch me. So we should not unnecessarily cross with any other living being in this world. Try to be friendly. One little story I'll tell you. Once upon a time, an elephant was walking on the road. Some ants were crossing the road in a group. The leader ant was guiding them. And the elephant saw the ants and laughed at them, ridiculed them. Hey, look at you, how small guys you are, and look at me, how big I am. And with his legs, he started pounding on the ants, crushing them under his feet. And the leader ant came running. He said, hey, what are you doing? God has given you a big body, we agree, but you can't hurt us like this. And that fellow said, look at you guys, too small. Ha, ha, ha. He was laughing. Then the leader ant immediately put a curfew and told all the ants, go inside the holes. They all went in. Then the leader ant told the elephant, wait and watch what we will do one day. The elephant laughed and said, you guys will do something to me. You don't see my size, how big I am. And he went away. Another day when the elephant was sleeping, this leader ant went and started, entering his ears and biting inside. Kar, 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 like that. So the elephant got up and he was waving his ears very, very fastly, out of great pain. The ant was not coming. He was still biting inside. Then he got up. Like that he shouted and ran in the street, and the king got the news. He gave an order, shoot the elephant. He has gone mad now, berserk. They shot. Just see, the elephant lost his life because of creating enmity with a tiny ant, which means in this world, we all should always cultivate friendliness with everybody. Unnecessarily, we should not cross anybody. Why should we cross unnecessarily? If you want to know more about this, you go to YouTube and put the title Tit for Tat. There I have spoken elaborately on this. How to be assertive and not be passive or aggressive. So tit for tat or tolerate that. That was one of the seminars I had given. So these 5 S's: satisfaction, silence, simplicity, self-control, and sanctification. You do it and see, you will find a great difference in the mind. Will become very, very calm, cool, collected. See, like you see, this person is attacked by 5 different senses. Eyes are eager to see beautiful forms. Nose is eager to smell fragrant substances. Ears are eager to hear nice music. Tongue is demanding tasty items like that. Different things you are seeing here, isn't it? So our senses are like venomous serpents. They always demand things which are not good for us many times. But nevertheless, we have to restrain. Like here you see this picture. The 5 horses are like 5 senses. And the mind is like the ropes. And the driver is the intelligence. And the soul is the passenger. So if you have a strong intelligence, you can control the horses of the senses. So intelligence is at top. Below that is the mind. Below that is senses. That means we can say, like in a family, there is a father, there is mother and children. The children are connected to mother often. And the mother is connected to her husband. So the children sometimes say, Mama, I want Cocoa chocolate. Then the mother is telling the father, give me money. My son wants Cocoa chocolate. Then the family degrades and the boy loses all his teeth or things like that. On the contrary, the father should teach the right things to family members. If he himself is a very wise person, that means intelligence should be strengthened by study of the Gita and such literatures. We strengthen the intelligence. With a strong intelligence, we can easily control the mind. See, we should not allow the mind to take over. For example, if you are sitting in a Uber Ola car, you are sitting behind. Should the driver take you to the destination you want him to go? Or should you go to any destination he takes you? Isn't it? Similarly, the mind should take us where we want to go. It should be in our control. Like you see here, the mind is in our control, it's our best friend. Otherwise, it becomes the greatest enemy. It really troubles the soul. The soul's goal is not achieved when it is not controlled. Just like a knife is good or bad. In a surgeon's hand, knife is good. But in a thief's hand, knife is dangerous. He may strangle someone to death. So the mind can do both activities. Manayeva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo, it is said. So these are 6 urges to be conquered by any good self-manager. The secret is given. See here, 6. Vacho vegam means blah, blah, blah. One should avoid speaking. Manasa vegam means the mind's demands one need not fulfill. Mind will demand so many things. You don't have to listen to mind. You should listen to the intelligence, who is superior to mind. Vacho vegam, manasa vegam. Third one is krodha vegam. You see here, the boss is yelling, so control our anger. Then jihva vegam, control our eating habits. Don't eat junk food. And then udara vegam means the belly. One should not overeat. And lastly, upastha vegam is attraction for the opposite sex. These are called vegams. These 6 vegams have to be restrained by a young student. If you do this, mind becomes peaceful. Vacho vegam, manasa, krodha vegam, jihva vegam, udara, upastha vegam. 6 vegams. He says those who conquered these 6 urges, they can become leaders of the whole world. He is saying in that verse which I showed you. Yetan vegan yo visheheta dhiraha sarvam api imam prithvimsa shishyat. You can have shishya all over the world, he is saying, if one has controlled the 6 urges. So, and also another clue for you. The tongue, belly and genitals are in one line. That means if you control the eating habit in the tongue, that means we don't eat too tasty and too much quantity, then belly is controlled. When is controlled, the attraction for the opposite, that is control. In this way, so now I have finished the 3 parts. And the last part is practical self-care tips for a healthy body, mind, soul. This is about your body. See, in the beginning of the seminar, I told all of you, soul, and then mind, and the gross body outside. Isn't it? 3 things I told you. So for the mind, we discussed quite a bit of things. And for the body also, there are some, like these things are there. Eat pure and stay healthy, exercise, pranayama, then harmless recreation, practice be an ideal yogi. Many things are given here like this. So you can go through this. I'll send this PPT to you. You can go through it yourself. I'm just showing you now. This is one part which is most important. Probably in 5 minutes, I'll conclude with this. See here, this is a very important thing, that this decides our attitude. In Bhagavad Gita also, Lord Krishna talks about Nishkama Karma Yoga and all that. 3 propensities we all have in the mind which causes impurity in the mind. If these 3 things we can overcome, we will really cleanse the mind very fast. So I'll show you by gestures. 3 actions I will show you. You will not forget it for your life. See, first everybody wants to be possessor. You want to possess, and then they want to control. And by controlling, they want to enjoy. For example, people like Alexander or Hitler, they want to possess land. They want to control the people living in that land. And by that, they want to be an enjoyer, making everybody else slave. These 3 propensities: proprietor, controller, enjoyer. So proprietor means greed. Greed for possessing more and more. See, British people wanted to possess the whole world. Now there is a small Great Britain now. Great Britain has become small Britain now. Similar, proprietorship means kings always want to expand, like Alexander and everybody. They have greed for possessing more and more. Second is controller, means everybody likes to boss over others. It's a very bad tendency. Instead of bossing over others, we should see everybody is a child of God. I am also a child of God. And let us share God's resources and be happy, rather than try to boss over other people. So that is controllership. And then enjoyership means I enjoy by dominating others. That's a very bad propensity. On the contrary, you will see, although God is the proprietor of everything, like when he kills Ravana, he gives the kingdom to our Vibhishan. When Hiranyakashipu is killed, he gives the kingdom to Prahlad. Lord never keeps it with himself, although he's proprietor of everything. And how does the Lord enjoy? Like you can see Lord Krishna, he says, I am Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. I am master of all the planets, but he is driving the chariot of Arjuna. He enjoys by serving his devotees. So we also have to learn this. If you see the slides, you can see I am proprietor, I am boss, I'll enjoy. You see this child want to eat the big cake, you see. He want to possess the whole cake. Like Hiranyakashipu also. And on the other hand, the Pandavas, what they thought, I am only a custodian of the Supreme Lord's property. Like that he thought. They never thought, I am the proprietor. I am only custodian. All of us are custodian in the true sense. In this world, we don't create anything. We didn't create the sun or the moon. We didn't create this world. We should consider ourselves custodian. Then you see here, the controllership mentality. Everyone wants this. I am the boss. I want to be in control of everyone and everything. See, the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, they both want to control the one man. Poor fellow is in trouble, you see. Therefore, in this world, there is trouble because of people's controlling mentality. Whereas here, what he is thinking, I am a servant leader to empower my team members to become leaders. I am an instrument of God to serve those in my care. I am not the ultimate controller. God is ultimate controller. So there is one verse, Sarve janaha sukhino bhavantu, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhavave. Now, what is the meaning of this? May the wicked become virtuous. May the virtuous become tranquil. May the tranquil become free. May those who are free set others free. What a beautiful slogan, isn't it? May the wicked become virtuous, virtuous become tranquil, tranquil become free. Those who are free set others free. So then we are not in a mode of controller. We always want to do good to others. And then see here, this fellow is enjoyership mentality. Everyone and everything here is to serve me, please me, and work for me and my enjoyment. Shape up or ship out. He's in Rajoguna. See this fellow. And this girl, you see, she is not giving her friend even one toy. She wants to grab all the toys for herself. She's saying, I am an enjoyer of all these toys. You get last, she's saying. Now, even after boys and girls grow to a certain age, they may do similar thing also. When we grow up also. See Ravana here, he's taking away Mother Sita, who is another man's wife. Shamelessly, he's taking away another man's wife, you see. because he thinks I am the enjoyer of all women in this world. He's thinking like that. So no enjoyership mentality means a leader is watering the plant of the subordinates. You should make your subordinates leaders and you be leader of leaders. You make them do things and you clap hands. Like that we can do. Rather than expecting myself to, I'll be hero and everybody clap hands instead of that. And here you see the picture. Mandela also says that Nelson Mandela, it's better to lead from behind and to put others in the front, especially when you celebrate victory, when nice things occur, he says. You take the front line when there is danger, like you see there in the picture. He's there. The leader is walking ahead and in danger. When success comes, you share with your team. So, Vihita karma, kamya karma, Nishiddha karma should not be done. What Ravana did is Nishiddha karma. And Vihita karma, what Hanuman did. Whatever is prescribed in scriptures, we should do. Kamya karma means it's pleasurable things which you want to do, but we should not do anything that is prohibited. For a child to be with parents in a car is Vihita karma. But when he sees the ocean beach, he wants to play in the ocean beach, that is Kamya karma. But going into the ocean is Nishiddha karma for a child. Similarly, all of us, like a man, a boy, for example, wants to marry. Whoever the parents choose for him, he marries. That is Vihita karma. If he chooses a girl and requests parents, Mom, Papa, please allow me to marry this girl, that is Kamya karma. But if he goes to a prostitute, that is Nishiddha karma. So we should avoid Nishiddha karma. And then I have shown this, Yama and Yama. You all know better than me. You are all YOGASTHA club. You know it very well. So we should balance our eating, sleeping habits and come to the sattva. Similarly, tackling stress in daily life. I have given one chart for how the stress happens. You can see that. And many good points are there. And the solutions to stress are very easy for you. These slides I don't have to explain. If you just go through it, you will understand it yourself. And again, the ABCD I have given here towards the end. Thank you. So this is my channel, video channel, YouTube channel. In my YouTube channel, I have put one topic called Behavioral Science for Youth. In that, about 80 such topics are there. When you get some leisure, you can see them, okay? Thank you. You can show this.
Thank you, Prabhuji. That was such a wonderful and insightful session. So there have been questions on the chat box already. So just due to the paucity of time, we would not be taking the questions right now. As already mentioned by Prabhuji, we have already sent you a feedback form already. So you can post the question over there in the feedback form and we'll collate all the questions and send it over to the Prabhuji and he'll answer and share the video. So the questions will be taken care of by sharing the videos to all of you. And,
also,
sure.
Apurva, I would like to have some feedback from the students also.
Sure.
I can improve my presentations in future. And your students are really, really brilliant. When I got the inputs from you, that helped me to prepare this PowerPoint. I got it only today morning, so I immediately modified my PowerPoint. I had thought of many other things, but this was prepared based on the inputs they gave. They're very intelligent students. And I'll be happy if you send me some feedback from them also.
Sure, sir. We'll definitely be sharing the feedback with you also. Also, there have been messages on the chat box. If you can look, or I can read some of the feedbacks already that are there.
Okay.
So, very eye-opening session, sir. Does sir offer more such courses? Can we arrange a series for the session from sir regularly? And the best session YOGASTHA has conducted so far, the best ever session of my life. So these are the questions, I think. These are the feedback that is already on the chat. But anyhow, we'll share the feedback with you also, whatever the feedback comes on the email. And the questions also we'll be sending over to you. Would that be fine, sir?
Yeah. Thank you. Actually,
and,
please tell me.
So one last thing, I would like to invite Shreyas, he's the manager of the YOGASTHA team, to share the vote of thanks on the behalf of the YOGASTHA club for you. Shreyas?
Yeah, hello.
Hare Krishna, please tell me.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So I hope everybody got enlightened by this session. It was very wonderful and it was visible in the chat also. People have kept on praising all the insights that you build from all the notions that you share. And they have also asked that we bring about another session. And I hope we can plan another session in the coming months with Prabhuji. And I recall one of the quotes that is, there is only one time when it is essential to awaken, and that time is now. And I hope after this presentation, people have got into what elements need to keep in mind so that we awaken our true nature and control and bring out the best in us. So with these words, I would like to thank Prabhuji for giving his precious time and sharing his ocean, a small drop from the ocean of wisdom that he has. And yeah, of course, I assure that all your questions that you have shared in chat will be saved, as well as the questions in the feedback form will be shared to Prabhuji. And he'll, as he has confirmed that he'll share the PPT as well as a question and answer video, which we'll be sharing with you soon. So the feedback form has been sent on your emails. Kindly check your emails for the same and provide the feedback. And surely Prabhuji will be sharing the feedback with you as soon as we collect all the feedback forms.
And Shreyas, I will send the PowerPoint by tonight. I'll send and you share it with students. They can leisurely, because I went in a little bit hurry. Some of them, they will get leisure. They can go through it. You send it to them. And also I wish to thank Shreyas. He was my connecting point to YOGASTHA. I never knew that in IIT Bombay, such a beautiful wing is there. I studied in IIT Bombay also. Way back in 1991, I graduated. So I was in Hostel 5. And I don't think that we had such a nice team like YOGASTHA at that time. Individually, boys used to do yoga on their own. Boys and girls used to do on their own. Some of them were interested. But it is so nice. You have put up a club and it is so active. And I saw your website as well as YouTube channel. You all are really, really dynamic people. That really was very joyful to see, because this is one of the most needed things of the day, and it's a need of the hour now, because the the whole Western world is taking it up far more seriously than even Indians. And it was nice to see IITians also, taking responsibility for their health and for their physical as well as mental and spiritual health. It's very nice. I really deeply appreciate every one of you. So Shreyas, thank you for being the connecting point. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
I apologize. I would like to say something. Can I say it right now?
Yeah, please.
So my direct question would be there for Shri Radheshyam Das ji. Sir, I would be entering in Grahast Ashram very soon.
Okay.
And the way you are providing these healing services to everyone, I too have this desire to help out for the people by becoming only good listeners right now. So how I would manage my problems when I enter the Grahast Ashram, and how I would travel through the spiritual growth.
Yeah. Actually, when you are entering married life, we need to see any ashrama we go, we need knowledge about how to be successful in that order. Like I am brahmachari last 25 years. I have to be successful in the order. So read the Shastras. One is the reading of the books and equipping our intelligence with the right type of knowledge. And the second thing is you need role model examples above you, good grihasthas. And if you are in Bombay, I can connect you to some really good grihasthas. You can take them as a role model and then learn from Mataji, the wife, who is also an ideal grihastha lady. She will give you guidelines on how you should lead your life. I also do a program, seminar for those who are newly married. Husband, wives come and we do a program. And then we give a training. That's a training program for them. So you become a first-class couple, husband and wife. Then husband and wife can do a lot of good to society. Unitedly, they can do great good to the society. I live in Pune, ISKCON New Vedic Cultural Center. It's called NVCC. If you all go to the Google search and put ISKCON NVCC, you will get details. And if any of you is interested more in such type of questions like this, to you, is it Shreya, I think, correct? Shreya Tandana. If you write a mail, I can send you an article on the duties of an ideal wife and duties of an ideal husband. So my email is radheshyam.rns@iskonpune.com. I can put it here. Yeah, I'll just put it here for you. You can see here. Yeah. You can show this. Yeah, this is my email address. If any of you write, I can send you articles. Is it big enough for them? Okay. So you are welcome. You write, I'll send you article. And also, if you write to me, I'll connect you to somebody who will also further guide you in your life. I appreciate your question, sincere question. You're entering into Grahasthashram. You'll be successful, surely. Don't worry. So thank you all very much. Nice meeting you. And I look forward. Thanks to the organizers for such a nice program. And I'm available at your service. Whenever you wish, you have my list of topics, 40, 50 topics I've given you. If you choose any of them and call me, I'll be at your service again. And any of you get some free time, you wish to come to a temple in Pune, ISKCON New Vedic Cultural Center. It is in Kathraj Kondwa in Pune. It's a big 6-acre beautiful temple. You're most welcome. We have 50-room guest house. You can come, stay, take part in the programs. Very nice meditation, singing, everything goes on. And I am available. You just shoot a mail to me and you are welcome. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Sir, just one last doubt. Can we come and stay at ISKCON Pune Center?
Yeah.
So
yeah, you can come. You can come. Actually, if any of you unmarried girls are coming, what we generally do is we will keep you with one grihastha family. They will be like taking care of you. If boys are coming, we have facility for the boys to stay. If girls are coming, you write a mail to me, and I will keep you with one of the family, because around the temple we have 500 families. We have devotees staying. Our community is a big community, 6,000 members community. So Ashwini madam was asking, if you're coming, you write a mail to me, I will connect you, and you can stay just next to temple, and you can come and take darshan, and one lady will take personal care of you. Okay?
So is it possible during COVID time also?
COVID time also it's possible. We are allowing people to come. We have not restricted. The morning programs and all are allowed for everybody. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.